make it. Too many people, they don't let me down, but I keep it real, no time for hating. I'm always on that PC trying to shape my sound. See, I'm just trying to make it. I've got some people I cannot let it down. Aiming for the top of the mountain. Not there yet, but I've left the ground. Oh, I've left the ground. I'm just trying to make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Oh, I've left the ground. I'm just trying to make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah.
They say I'm a big dog, I make all my niggas better. I feel like I'm Chris Paul. I serve all the purest cocaine, don't need no fentanyl. He faking this persona for the bitches, call him Rick Ross. While I fuck on your bitch right by the door, I told her get lost. I see cash up in my sleep like Trader Visionary. I keep sticks up on my side, got more than the military. Got up in that pussy, leave it creamy, Ben and Jerry's. Take off like a jet, I'm feeling like I'm Jason Terry. These niggas hate it, but these bitches love the way I'm shining though. I might get 100 years if the police find a dope. Screaming for my baby mama, cause I found a finer hoe. I done put my bitch.
All right, y'all. We are back up in here, man. Hopefully you're watching on J Talk Sports, but if you're watching over on Let's Talk with JVJ on Facebook or on YouTube, man, do your boy a favor because we trying to grow around here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share, turn the notice on, and share the videos. But let me get my music on because we're gonna soul search a little bit right now in this midday hour. We're gonna soul search a little bit, y'all. I tried to cover a video a couple days ago. I think it was Tuesday or some shit like that, of Skip Bayless sitting down with a few fans or fans of the NBA, and they were arguing back and forth on different talking points. And YouTube decided they wanted to strike my video, so we're gonna try this again, just a different way. I'm gonna review somebody else's review of that review. See how we're gonna try to get around it, and have a conversation, man, because I hear a lot of sensical arguments. I heard a lot of sensible I got the words fucked up. Sensical arguments from Skip Bayless. I heard sensical arguments from the people that were fans. And I also heard a sensical argument from the motherfucker who video this is. But I'm not going to knock him for doing what he's doing because, hey, shout out to the brother. And I will say, Hoops HQ, shout out to you. I just disagree with a lot of your talking points. But we're going to jump into the video. So you already know what I tell y'all, man. You know, get your cigarettes, get your beer, get your drink, whatever you need, get it. Because we about to go ahead and jump into this. And let's see what we got, y'all. Let's see Skip Bayless versus fans, NBA fans. And he titled this video, Skip Bayless Cooks LeBron Fans. Well, let's see if he did. Let's see what we got.
Uh-oh, we got Michael Jordan as the GOAT claims.
Here we go. How are you, sir?
Good, how are you? Nice to meet you. I'm a big fan of your career, everything you stand for in this industry, but this awful take, I'm not going to let it see. So I'm asking you, is there one thing that you could definitively say that Michael Jordan did better than LeBron James over the course of his entire NBA career?
Yeah, he won better. He just won and won and won. He was invincible and unbeatable.
Set
And he
him up
went
for that.
6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs. And no, they didn't play the toughest competition
And I'm going to tell y'all why that's a dumb argument, but I'm going to let him continue.
in the finals, but the beasts were in the East, and he devoured and slayed the beasts one after another. Bird Celtics, then the bad boy Pistons, and then Reggie Miller's Pacers. And when you go 6-0 with 6 MVPs in the finals versus 4-6 in the finals for LeBron, and Ray Allen saved LeBron a loss there because
Hold on, we got to stop because Skip going to say a lot of things. Michael Jordan slayed the beasts in the East. Why were they considered beasts if they never won anything? I asked the question. I put up a video about it. Name one dynasty that Michael Jordan beat. I still have not gotten an answer. Skip said the beast in the East. What makes you a beast? Being good? Being a good team? That's going to come back around, y'all. That's going to come back around because he's calling teams that never won anything beasts. And then if you refer to the Pistons and you refer to the Celtics, they aged out. We have to put context on these arguments. We're trying to act like Michael Jordan went in there and beat juggernauts. Michael Jordan never beat a juggernaut. And Skip even alluded to it. Because he said, yeah, the competition in the finals wasn't that great, but he went through the East. None of them teams in the East had won championships until they either aged out, well, while they were aging out, which is the Pistons and the Celtics, and the Knicks never won a goddamn thing. So what beasts are you speaking of? But let's continue.
LeBron had completely self-destructed in Game 6 of that 2013 finals. And then if Kyrie, when nobody can buy.
LeBron James self-destructed in the 2013 finals. I'm not even gonna pull the stats up on that one, y'all, because I got one better for you because this is just crazy.
A shot. If Kyrie hadn't hit the shot of shots in Game 7 at Oracle, LeBron could be 2-8 in the finals. So we're talking about winning. I say it all the time. LeBron is still, to this moment, the best passer in basketball. I say it all the time. LeBron is still the greatest driver of the basketball I ever saw, to a fault, because he's a poor jump shooter, a poor three-point shooter by star standards, or certainly by superstar standards. And he's a poor free throw shooter by superstar standards. He should have 5,000 more points, but he's such a worse shooter than Jordan ever was as a jump shooter and a free throw shooter that it's hard for me to say, how can you call LeBron the GOAT when he's a lousy shooter?
Part of the argument to what you said is everything you just said is.
How can you call Michael Jordan? If we're doing, then I want people to understand certain arguments. If you're going to use an argument against one player to diminish them, then you also have to use that same argument across the board. You're saying LeBron is a poor shooter. Jordan shot better than him, so there's no way that LeBron could be the GOAT. Michael Jordan didn't shoot as good as Steph Curry. Michael Jordan didn't shoot as good as Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan didn't shoot as good as Kevin Durant. So can Michael Jordan be the GOAT? You see why that's a dumb argument. That's a dumb argument. There are going to be things that players do better than other players. And just because you don't do one specific thing better than the other does not stop you from being a better player. Because a player is a combination of every aspect of the game, not just one attribute. But either way, let's continue.
Is wrong. If you look at true shooting percentage, which takes into account all the offense, all the scoring, who had the better true shooting percentage in his NBA career in the regular season? LeBron James. Who had the better true shooting percentage in the playoffs? LeBron James. And you just said Michael Jordan won a lot better. So starting 1-9 in the playoffs in his career doesn't count, just doesn't matter.
Point. I mean, a lot of people omit that portion of Jordan's career. I think, again, at some point we have to acknowledge that basketball is a team sport. And then, again, we have to make the same argument on the other end. If we're talking about LeBron James being 4 and 6, are we just forgetting about the other 11 years that this dude's been in the NBA?
Or losing.
Yeah, you shouldn't forget about the other 11 years. Michael Jordan played 15 years. I think that's correct. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But I think Michael Jordan played 15 total years in the NBA. He won 6 championships. LeBron James has played. Matter of fact, I'm just going to say Michael Jordan went to 6 finals. I'm going to put it like that. 6 finals in 15 years. LeBron has went to 10 in 22. And he's in year 22 too right now. So he might have an opportunity to go to another one. Who has a higher win percentage? Or at least a success rate of getting to the finals?
To the Pistons over and over again because he was so dominated by any level of physicality because he was soft. So that
you can't call him soft because he kept losing to the Pistons. I mean, let's look at the proof in the pudding. But I mean,
okay, hold up. Then you can't call LeBron soft for losing to the Spurs twice. You can't call LeBron soft for losing to the Warriors, who were better teams than any team Michael Jordan went up against. You can't use the argument across the table. You can't. If you're going to use it for one, you got to use it for the other. You have to look, y'all. We have to be fair. We got to be fair about this argument, and this is the thing. I think a lot of people have a blind spot. You can't criticize LeBron for something and then ignore it when Jordan had the exact same thing. You can't do that. Well, you can. I'm just going to tell you that you're stupid for doing it. It's like, yeah, you can say the next door neighbor's a whore, but you better not tell my mama she's a whore, even though she sucked more dicks than the next door neighbor. No, both of them hoes. Both of them hoes. That's how I operate. Fuck your feelings. Facts is facts. But either way, though, he's about to explain something.
I mean, if you're talking about like comparing, like say somebody like Jordan, where this is the offensive focal point of a team, and if you're calculating field goal percentages and then also mixing in free throw percentages, shots that you can make with defenders guarding you versus shots that you're making with nobody guarding you. I mean, if you're having those equated in the same formula, I think it's not a true way to measure how good somebody is shooting the basketball.
That's why you didn't come up with the equation. Just because you disagree with how they calculate true shooting percentage doesn't mean anything. You just disagree with it. But that's what they go with. That's what the NBA uses. That's what historians put in the data books for. So it doesn't matter what the fuck you think about it. That's how they calculate it. Motherfucker having a problem with the rules.
Basketball, Michael Jordan's gonna have a high true shooting percentage. Is he somebody I'm gonna take shooting a basketball versus Stephen Curry? That doesn't make any sense. No. And then if you're calculating his true shooting percentage against somebody like, let's just say, for example, Kyle Korver, also a silly way to gauge it. Kyle Korver's going to get not nearly the shot attempts that somebody like Jordan will get. Additionally, if you want to look at Michael Jordan's playoff stats, I mean, just look at them right here. I mean,
hey, let's pause. We're going to pause this in a second because he's going to try to switch the subject real quick. Like, I want y'all to see something.
Let's look at the stats prior to him winning championships. The dude was averaging at one point 44 points a game.
All right, now y'all see that right here. He's hyping up Michael Jordan for averaging 43.7, which I also round up. So that's 44 points in a playoff series. Michael Jordan played 3 fucking games in that series and got swept. He also took on these 44 points that he put up. If y'all look down the line, Michael Jordan attempted 32 shots a game to get 44 points. Y'all say they didn't shoot threes back in the day, right? They didn't shoot threes. So he was shooting a bunch of twos. What the fuck is 32 times 2? That would be 64, right? He averaged 44. 20 points less, which means he missed a lot of shots. But he still had a field goal average of 50%. 50%, I'll give him that. But if you look over at the free throws he took, 13 points came from free throws in that series where he averaged 44 points. He took all the goddamn shit It's like, dude, that was like, look, it's the same argument I have when I hear people talk about Kobe scored 81. Go look at the stat line for Kobe's 81-point game. Bro, he took every goddamn shot, bro. If you shoot that many times, you gotta damn make something. I ain't saying that you ain't sliced bread, because you're one of the best players to ever play the game. If you take that many shots, you should get that many points. You actually should have got more if you're that great. If you're that great, man, took 31 shots and got 44 points. That's nothing to brag about. You get a 2 for every time you take a damn shot, and 13 of them bitches came from the free throw line. Like, let's be real, man. Let's be real. But either way, though, he averaged 44, and he got swept.
Guys, we have information readily available to us. Let me get smaller so you can see it.
You see, he skipped that page. He didn't stay on that.
27.4 points a game. It's about 9 rebounds a game and about 5 assists a game. Additionally, you can look at some of the success he had in the 89 playoffs. 89 playoffs, the dude was averaging 30 points a game. Again, didn't you?
89 playoffs. Beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. No juggernaut. Beat the New York Knicks. Never won anything. Lost to the Detroit Pistons. But he averaged 30. He averaged 30, though. That's crazy.
12 and 3, 19%. I mean, at the end of the day, if you had to take the lesser of two evils, you allow Jordan to shoot a couple jump shots here and there. But I mean, him going 1 for 2.
You would allow him to shoot a couple jump shots. The nigga was shooting all the shots. Look at it. Look. Name one NBA game, y'all. And I really want y'all to look at this. I wish I could blow this up a little bit. I can't blow it up. I can't blow it up. I'm trying. I can't blow it up. I can't blow it up. Y'all just gonna have to look really, really hard at this. Michael Jordan had a game where he had 15 points. 15. Name the time LeBron James had 15 points in a playoff game. I want somebody to Google it. Find me a game where LeBron James had 15 points. This nigga had 18 points in a playoff game. 18 points. Name the time LeBron James had 18 points in a playoff game. I want to see it. I want to see it. Yeah, I'll keep my mouth closed on it then. 15 points in a playoff game? 15 points in a playoff game. How many shots he took? How many shots did he take in this 15-point game? He took 17 shots. Ended up with 15 points. How many free throws he took? How many free throws? He shot 4 free throws, made 1. But that's somebody's GOAT.
0 for 2 in a couple games. I don't think it's necessarily going to mean too much, particularly when you were in the league in the era where people weren't shooting 3-pointers. Did these guys slow Jordan down? Yeah. But I mean, anybody else, any of the metric we look at it, 30 points a game, shooting 49% for 2. I mean, you would probably say this guy had it figured out. 1990, 32 points a game, 49% again from 2-point line, 90% from the free throw line. If you're saying that this dude was soft when he was averaging about 30 points a game from age 24 to 26 against the Pistons in the playoffs.
Wait, did you just call Michael Jordan?
Okay, here. If you got a problem with him calling Michael Jordan soft and you're okay with them calling LeBron soft, LeBron averaged about 20. His career average is 27 points. So that means he went above and below that. But his average was 27. LeBron James made it to the fucking finals at 21. 21. Y'all calling that man soft. He didn't go to college and get coached by an all-time great. He came straight out of high school, straight out of Akron, Ohio. Fresh off the goddamn street, playing with grown-ass men, and got a team to the finals in 3 years. But you calling that boy soft. But the motherfucker that went to college for 3 years, wasn't even the number 1 draft pick, and then he went 1-9 even before he got to the finals? And you want to call him soft? I mean, you want to say he ain't soft. Okay.
Jordan soft.
Compared to LeBron James?
He was the baddest you-know-what who ever stepped on a basketball court.
Not
Trust
like
me,
LeBron.
I was there. Not like
Soft.
LeBron.
Not like LeBron.
LeBron is like the nicest guy ever. He's soft. He's a diva. He's
Oh my
thin-skinned.
goodness.
So LeBron being nice makes him soft. Okay.
And can I start down the litany of epic fails that LeBron had that Jordan never had? Yeah, it took a while to break through against Larry Bird's Celtics. But remember that Michael Jordan had missed the whole year. He played 3 games and broke his foot. This is his 2nd year in the league. And he comes back just for the playoffs and goes up against arguably the 86 Celtics, where you can make a case they were the greatest team ever. And what does he do? He scores.
Look at everybody over there.
And in game 2, he scores 63. It took double overtime. But after that game, Larry Bird said that was God.
Double overtime to score 63 points. LeBron to score 63 points in regulation.
God disguised as Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, trust me, Larry Bird would have never said God disguised as LeBron James because look.
You know why he wouldn't have said LeBron was Michael Jordan disguised as whatever the fuck you just said? You know why he wouldn't say that? Because he didn't play against the nigga, man. If he played against the man, he would have got dominated. He didn't play against him. So why would he say it about him? LeBron James, I don't even think LeBron was even born when Magic said that shit about Michael Jordan. Like, it's a nonsensical argument. Larry Bird would have never said that about LeBron. Well, obviously he wouldn't because LeBron wasn't there. He didn't play against the nigga. What the fuck are you talking about?
Look at the epic failures here. Do you remember 2010, some locker room issue with a teammate, Delonte West? Listen, Michael Jordan never had any issues with locker room teammates because they wouldn't dare to have an issue with Michael Jordan.
So we just gonna forget that Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face. That's perfectly fine. He punched Steve Kerr in the face during practice. But you know, the same person that'll sit here and just disregard Michael Jordan doing that, and it's been well documented. Remember, y'all, he was a reporter for the Chicago Bulls. This is why Skip Bayless loves Michael Jordan so much, because he got to go to the practices, got to go to the games. He was around Michael Jordan a lot, so he got to see the aura and everything. He'll tell you that himself. He said Michael Jordan never had any locker room issues. He punched his teammate in the fucking face. But Skip Bayless did get his ass on FS1 and dog out fucking Draymond Green for punching Jordan Poole in the face. How the fuck can either one of them be the same? They're the exact same thing. You punch Draymond. You punch Jordan Poole. That's a problem. You, Michael Jordan, punch Steve Kerr. That's leadership. You see the bias? You see the double standard? It's like, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. And you know what you call it say? He said, fuck them. Fuck them. I don't listen to arguments like that. That's dumb. Michael Jordan punched his teammate in the face. Dude, don't say no dumb shit like that.
Jordan. So the point was he had to be sedated. What a wimp. What a weenie. Is that what we're talking about? And then Dan Gilbert.
Hold on. What game you talking about?
What a teammate. Delonte West. Listen, Michael Jordan never had any issues with locker room teammates because they wouldn't dare to have an issue with Michael Jordan. So the point was he had to be sedated. What a wimp. What a weenie. Is that what we're talking about? And then Dan Gilbert, his owner, a few weeks later, accused LeBron of quitting in those finals. And then do you remember the first go around with the Heat?
Oh my gosh, this boy's getting cooked right now.
11 finals.
The owner of the Cavaliers said LeBron James quit. He said all of these things after LeBron left and went to Miami. You could tell that was a bitter old man. Bitter man. I ain't gonna say he was that old. That LeBron left his team because he didn't put players around him. LeBron quit on his team in the finals. Let's talk about Michael Jordan quitting the game twice. We're gonna talk about that? Oh no, we're not gonna mention that. We're not going to mention that. We're not going to mention that a player that was under contract decided to retire because, I'm not going to knock him for his father passing away. I'm not going to knock him for that. But I will knock him for quitting when his ass found out, they're not going to hire Phil Jackson back, when the GM said it didn't matter if they won the championship. Phil Jackson will not be here next year. And as soon as they won the championship, Michael Jordan said, I quit. I'm done playing. Fuck it. We're not gonna knock him for that, but you're gonna say LeBron James quit in a series, supposedly. Really? Okay.
Finals. Do you remember the chosen one became the frozen one? I've never seen like it. Michael Jordan never did that, even when they were.
Skip, you the one who made that shit fucking a thing. Talking about the frozen one, you made that up. You kept saying that shit. Nobody ever said that shit before you said it. Talking about the chosen one became the frozen one. That's you. That was your criticism of LeBron. What the fuck are you talking about? Kind of like everybody else was saying that shit. You said that shit.
Oh my gosh, he's cooking this dude.
You want to discredit talking about 1-9 in the playoffs and then not even talk about the fact that he couldn't even get to the finals in his first 6-7 seasons, right?
Again, I think that's a moot argument to make. If you're going to talk about 1-9, I agree that you could talk about the plenty of years that Jordan did not make it to the to the playoffs prior to, winning his first championship. Again, we're talking about a kid that was like 22 to 26. I think so. If you're going to allow LeBron the grace or allow Jordan the grace,
You see, that's where
they don't allow, like, see, and that's the problem that I got with the guy that's doing this video. They don't allow LeBron the grace. Skip Bayless is the main one that holds that finals where he got swept by the Spurs. He holds it over his head. Y'all, let's look at how old LeBron James was when he got swept by the Spurs. Let me ask Google real quick. Like, LeBron James swept by Spurs. All right, here you go. Check this. In 2007. Let's see how old LeBron James was. How old was LeBron James in 2007? LeBron James was 23 years old when he got swept by the Spurs in the finals. And they hold that motherfucking shit over his goddamn head. Let's see something else. How old was Michael Jordan when he made it to the finals? 26 years old. So you're going to criticize a 23-year-old for getting swept in the finals when your GOAT couldn't even make it to the motherfucker until he turned 26. That's crazy, man. That don't even make no damn sense. Matter of fact, let me see something else. What's the lowest average LeBron James has had? Oh, here, matter of fact, no, let's switch that up. What is the lowest average in a season LeBron James has ever had? 20 points. He came in as an 18. Matter of fact, let's just double check that. How old was LeBron James when he was drafted? 18 years old. And his lowest average in his entire career was 20. What was Michael Jordan's lowest average? 22. Let's see when he came in the league. How old was Michael Jordan when he was drafted? 21. 3 years older than this man. And average what? 2 points more? Matter of fact, no, we can round up. 3 more points. His lowest average was 3 more points than him. That's crazy, man. Fuck you going. Jesus Christ. It don't even make no goddamn sense, bro. I don't understand the argument, but we're going back to the video. This dude had clearly a higher margin of error than the other motherfucker. But I don't care. I don't even care. I'm just going to let it play. I'm just arguing the other points.
Where you're trying to pick and choose, right? You want to talk about clutch games, but then you don't want to talk about how he's dragged so many teams to the finals, right? And he's the one hitting the game winning.
Bro, I can't lie. Skip is pretty good. Look, I think that this dude.
Did he not drag the Cavaliers to the finals? Did he not drag multiple of those Cavalier teams to the finals that lost to the Warriors? When Kevin Love getting his arm ripped out the socket, when Kyrie just ripping his kneecap off, did he not drag those teams to the finals? I guess we got revisionist history, y'all. Well, we got revisionist history. We had Dellavedova starting at point guard in the NBA Finals, and they gonna swear up and down LeBron wasn't the reason that they got there. Eric Snow running the point. It didn't have nothing to do with LeBron.
Dude obviously has a dissension for LeBron James, but I mean, with his debating stuff, he's cooking y'all. Guys, we got to have.
How is he cooking, bro? Like, I'm wondering what this dude is listening to. Like, how's he cooking them? This dude said a legit stat. LeBron carried teams to the finals. Name one team Michael Jordan carried to the finals. Because if you name any team that Michael Jordan went to the finals with, you have Phil Jackson, you have Scottie Pippen, you have Ron Harper, you have Steve Kerr, you have Tony Kukoc, you have Dennis Rodman, you have Mose. Man, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm getting tired of this shit, man. Like, for real, man. We are living in a time where people keep fantasizing and romanticizing people, deifying these motherfuckers from the past, and they don't even know what happened in the past. They just going off of what other motherfuckers said. Bitch, go look at the fuck up to show you finals games right now. They wouldn't even guard Jordan until he got to the fucking free throw line. To the free throw line. You think LeBron getting guarded at the free throw line? They picking that man up almost 97 feet. Like, stop the cap, bro.
That's somebody with a better fight.
Shots, right? The same way he took Toronto out, right? The amount of times he did that countless times, you don't want to talk about.
Did Toronto didn't even have a shot.
About that.
Well, I will.
I will give that to LeBron James. I think Skip Bayless will give that to LeBron James.
Pull it up.
In 2016, he went 4-2 against Toronto. In the majority of the games, the wins were blowouts. 115-84, not a close game. 108-89, not a close game. 116-78, not a close game. 113-87, not a close game. Let's look at the next year's sweep.
Oh, no. Y'all see how they're trying to disprove that the Toronto Raptors with DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, they weren't a good team because LeBron beat them. But earlier in this video, and I told y'all it would come back up. Early in this video, Skip wanted to hype up the East. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the New York Knicks, the retired old Boston Celtics, and the old-ass Detroit Pistons. Wanted to hype them up because Jordan beat them. But when LeBron beat somebody that was the #1 seed in the goddamn East, and they ain't had nobody. They just swept. He swept a sorry team. They were just sorry. They was the #1 seed. Name the #1 seed team that Michael Jordan beat. You see how they're trying to be dismissive. You're trying to use one argument for one person and then switching it up and not using it for the other. The Toronto Raptors were the #1 seed in the East. Like, come on now. And he swept their ass. That's because GOAT fucking James, man. Stop the cap.
Sweep, clean, 4-0.
And hold up. Somebody double check me on the #1 seed because I know they're ranked really high. But goddamn, he swept them niggas. He swept them.
Oh, next sweep, clean, 4-0. Toronto ever a true inhibitor for him?
The last 2 years, I don't count.
That's crazy.
Okay,
But then you want to count everything about LeBron.
Just think about how they're denying somebody's greatness. He swept a team that was a good team, and just because he swept them, they wasn't a good team. They're a higher seed than him, and he swept them. But you count the Spurs sweeping LeBron, though.
You want to count everything about LeBron, but then take some of
You
your...
got to skip
He
there.
took 3 years off. He retired because they ran his
He quit.
coach out the back door in Chicago, and he
fault is
said,
that?
I'm out. Well, it was on pride and principle. He just said,
He quit. And we need to call it for what it is. Michael Jordan quit because his coach got fired and he couldn't keep his coach. He quit. He quit. If LeBron James said, I'm not playing, I'm going to retire because they about to fire my coach, Skip Bayless and everybody else in sports media that don't like that nigga will say he quit. They'll say he quit, but you won't utter the fucking words when it comes to Michael Jordan. He quit. He didn't get his way. He didn't get what he wanted. So he quit. That's what it was. If you want to be nasty and mean and fucking try to be nasty to another motherfucker, guess what? I'm going to call it for what it is. I can be nice and be like, yeah, he retired. But no, in the grand scheme of things, what actually happened, Michael Jordan quit because he didn't get what the fuck he wanted. That's what happened. And then he came down to Birmingham, Alabama and played shitty-ass baseball. That's what he did. Quit to go play another sport and suck at it. He quit.
I'm out. I'm not going to play anymore. And he came back.
Greatness means keep playing year in and year out. Every year, LeBron keeps extending his career because the love of the game, and that matters, right? His heart is still in
What? Brother, I came back. I didn't have to come back. I was Michael Jordan. But I came back. Gave y'all 3 more rings. Said, I'm good on this. And then after he left Chicago again, he said, you know what I could do? I can keep back and play for the Washington Wizards. I don't have to, but I could do it. A 6'9" guy tipping a basketball in, being counted as a buzzer beater is...
He's afraid of the late game.
Well, y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that little slick shot. He's talking about a 6'9" guy tipping the ball in as a buzzer beater. He tried to dismiss LeBron James's because he ain't had times where he hit a buzzer beater where it was a tip in. He ain't had times with that. He's trying to dismiss that. Remember that because it's going to come back to bite him in the ass.
Free throw line. And in late and close situations, since LeBron came into the league, he's the worst by far.
Why is basketball so much about the last 30 seconds when there's 47 minutes and 30 seconds?
Well, I feel you, but if we're trying to distinguish whether or not somebody's better than somebody, and I mean, if we're bringing up like stats and accolades, then we're going to say, you know what, let's omit the finals wins. Let's omit the defensive player of the year and the MVP awards. Let's omit all these things. And let's just talk about the game that they have. Then you're going to say, what's the distinction between these two guys? One is 6'9", 250. One is 6'5", 215. I mean, then we had to discuss the differences and nuances between these guys. One thing that made Jordan special was a lot of people talk about his clutch gene. A lot of people talk about what he commanded of his teammates.
In the game,
you're trying to make a
GOAT.
Talking about punching people in the face, and I want y'all to remember that game winners, y'all, game winners. Michael Jordan is in first with game winners. He has 9, and I'm gonna pull the stat up for y'all in a second. You know who's in second place? LeBron James. Guess how many he got? 8. And if you go true stats, true stats, the numbers flip. They completely flip. Because I had to cover it when it came to Dreamers Pro, talking about Kobe got the most. I'm like, what are you grading on?
GOAT case, exactly.
And you're trying to make it over Michael Jordan?
Exactly.
You did a good job. You did a good job. Way to go.
Not really.
He did a good job. You just don't believe it.
He did call out some of Skip's hypocrisy, though.
You're going to need that crosser engine.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
I think we're going to go in the direction of Stephen Curry. And I'm going to point out your simple statement in one word.
Steph Curry?
You said laughably.
Okay.
The sad part is the conversation on the board right now, y'all, is Michael Jordan is the GOAT and laughably better than LeBron James. The guy that just stepped up right now is saying Steph Curry is the GOAT. I'm a Steph Curry fan. He's my favorite player. He's not the GOAT. But let's hear the argument.
Okay.
And to me, that's bigger than Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. You are simply hitting and taking a personal shot at the entire game of basketball that we are watching today. And to me, you bring up competition. I think seeing Steph Curry and LeBron James and have go head to head in their rivalry, LeBron always posts on Instagram, he says, iron sharpens iron. Where was the iron sharpening iron with Michael Jordan when he was winning all of his championships? I understand that 6-0 is something that is perfect. You really can't debate it. But what you can do is say, all right, it was a beautiful thing. We're going to leave it in the past.
You can debate it with Bill Russell. I'll say that. You can debate it with Bill Russell. Yeah. And I want somebody to come in here and try to discredit Bill Russell now if it's about championships. You can debate it with Bill Russell. And you can debate it with Robert Horry, too.
Past, because there is greatness in front of our eyes, and it's LeBron James and it's Stephen Curry. And then we get into LeBron versus Steph, and I'm going to sit here and say, Steph Curry, if he wins a 5th championship, which he will, which is why I'm saying Steph's the GOAT. If he wins that 5th title, he is the greatest of all time.
Okay.
Steph ain't the GOAT, man. I'm sorry. I love Steph to death. He's my favorite player. It's been what's the order I got? Because I had, I think, 2 favorite players so far. It's been Dwayne Wade, then it was Steph Curry. He ain't the GOAT. Love him to death, y'all. Love him to death. Great player. Revolutionized the game. Steph Curry is not the GOAT, man. He's not the GOAT. He's not even in the GOAT conversation. And that's no disrespect to Steph. He's my dude. But we got to be true to the game and actually give honest analysis of what we see. We got to take our bias out of it. Steph Curry is not in the GOAT conversation at all.
Do you realize that Steph Curry and company had a 3-1 lead on LeBron without there's no Kevin Durant involved here, right? It's just Steph. So it's, I think you would agree that was Steph's team, right?
It was
there's Clay and there's Draymond, and we get all that, but it's Steph Curry or bust to me.
Game 5.
I want y'all to see this. Y'all. He's about to say why Steph can't be the GOAT. And I agree with this statement, but he doesn't understand that this actually props up LeBron, which he will still say is not the GOAT. Steph Curry had a 3-1 lead on LeBron James and the Cavaliers. And LeBron and the Cavaliers came back from 3-1. The only team in NBA history to come back from 3-1. This is the same Warriors team that won more games, had the best record ever in the history of basketball, better than Michael Jordan's team. LeBron came back from 3-1 to beat them. Down 3-1 and beat their ass. But you're going to hold it against Steph, but you're not going to give LeBron his credit. This is crazy. This is crazy. I think people are smoking crack. If that man beat the greatest team ever assembled on the court, motherfucker, you got to call that mother. You at least got to give that man some consideration for the GOAT. You ain't got to give him the GOAT status. But you damn sure got to give him some goddamn, just a little bit consideration. But he gonna use this argument to knock Steph, which he should. But he ain't gonna give LeBron no credit on the back end of it. He ain't gonna give him no credit on the back end of it, y'all.
Because Okay,
Draymond Green.
You've got he's gone. So you don't
Why?
have
Because LeBron made him gone.
If Steph is the GOAT, he's got 2 out of 3 at home to close the deal. All he's got to do is win 1 of 3, and 2 out of the 3 are at Oracle, and he can't pull it off because he's not that guy. He's not the GOAT. And what happened in Game 7 at Oracle? Remember LeBron's chase down block? Remember this? And Kyrie hits the game-winning shot. In the fourth quarter of that game, Steph Curry went 1 of 6, and he went 1 of 4 from 3. Well, I'm sorry, 1 of 5 from 3, and he had a terrible turnover with 2 minutes left where he tried to throw it behind his back and threw it in the 5th row. It was a key turning point in that game. And without Steph disappearing in the fourth quarter, LeBron and Kyrie cannot do what they ended up doing. And after they blew the 3-1 lead, what happened on July the 4th that summer? Steph Curry led a contingent in a private plane, and they fly all the way across the country out to the tip of Long Island to visit Kevin Durant. And Steph Curry got down on one knee and said, "You've got to come save us. You, Kevin Durant, have to come save us because we can't beat LeBron James without you."
I understand.
Okay,
I understand that.
So you're disqualified as the GOAT. If you have to go beg somebody.
Michael Jordan go out and beg and recruit because, like, look, he's putting words out there that he don't know to fucking be true. Talking about Steph Curry got down on one knee, trying to make it something. Draymond Green was the one who initiated talking to Kevin Durant to try to get him. Let's be real. Yes, did Steph and Clay and Draymond get on the plane and fly out there to go talk to KD? Yeah, they did do that. Get down on one knee, you're just trying to be nasty. What the fuck did Michael Jordan do to go get Scottie Pippen? I mean, not Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. Because y'all know Scottie Pippen was on them goddamn... Not Scottie Pippen. I don't know why I keep saying Scottie. Dennis Rodman was on that Bad Boys team that was whooping Michael Jordan's ass. Y'all ever gonna talk about Michael Jordan going and recruiting him? You ever gonna talk about that? No, we're just gonna be quiet about this. We're never gonna speak about it. Just like those days when he played with the Wizards. We're not gonna speak about it. Like, dude, stop having revisionist history. It's just like these motherfuckers in the right wing talking about these people weren't slaves, they were immigrants, they were the immigrant workers. That's what they're trying to teach the kids in school now. No, dude, we're not having no revisionist history around here to make you feel better. We're gonna tell it for what it is, man. Tell it for what it is, and then you can move accordingly, man. If you don't know your past, you're gonna be doomed to repeat it. And if you lie about the past, you're gonna keep repeating the same mistakes. We're not lying about this. We're not lying about it. Like, come on, man. And I'm doing this to defend Steph right now, even though he's still not the GOAT. But we ain't finna sit over here and make that boy seem like a hoe. He got down on bended knee to ask Kevin Durant to come on. No, Draymond was the one who ran to the parking lot and got him. Because remember, that's the same narrative that y'all put out there first.
Not disqualified because LeBron James, everyone here is talking about LeBron as the GOAT, and he did a very similar thing. When you
No, he didn't.
Look at Steph Curry and
if you really want to put this in perspective, y'all think about this. Steph Curry and the Warriors, everybody included Draymond, Clay, and all them, they went out and got Kevin Durant for what reason? There was one singular reason they went and got him. To be one motherfucking man. One. What was his name? Say his name. Say his name. Matter of fact, hold up. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. Yep, we gonna do it. We gonna do it. Because they motherfuckers want to sit around here and play. They want to sit around here and play. Think this shit's sweet. This shit ain't goddamn sweet. This shit is not fucking sweet, y'all. It ain't sweet at all. We gonna say this motherfucking name. Why did Steph Curry and the motherfucking Warriors go out and recruit Kevin Durant? Why did they do that? Why did they do that? Well, I know exactly why they did it, y'all. There was one person in mind that comes to mind. Yeah, there was one person in mind. Why did they do it?
I'm really like that, and your best work is a light pack, nigga.
Hold on. That ain't even hit hard enough. They ain't even hit hard enough, y'all. They ain't even hit hard enough. Say his name.
Name the only player in NBA history that was criticized for making the right.
We're gonna leave it at that. Like, motherfuckers need to shut the hell up. Them motherfuckers went and assembled a super team to beat one fucking man. One man. One. Put this shit in perspective, y'all. They did that to beat LeBron James. If y'all watched those finals for those years, you knew who the best player on the court was. You knew who the best player in the league was. When Steph got his unanimous, you knew LeBron was better than him. When Derrick Rose got his chip, you knew who was better than him. When James Harden, when Kevin Durant, when Russell Westbrook got their fucking MVPs, you knew who the best player in the league was. Like, stop the fucking cap.
His greatness. I get that he choked in that moment. The 3-1 lead, you're never going to be able to beat that. But what he did in 22 against...
I mean, that's like a really big discussion. Like, look, as your resident Warriors fan, brother, that's a tough argument to make. I think it's tough to argue that any 6'2", 6'3", guard is going to be the GOAT of basketball, which is a tall man sport. That's unfortunate. Like, GOAT shooter? Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
His best years are ahead of him, and I'm predicting that right
Really?
now.
Okay.
Yes, 1,000%.
Well,
I think the next 5 years of Stephen Curry are going to be his best 5 years.
Is this dude watching?
Thinking y'all internet acting funny. Internet acting funny. I don't know why it went out. We've been rocking and rolling real good. You motherfucker doing stupid shit now. But let it catch back up. And you should know what the fuck he's talking about. Look, honestly, his whole statement was that Steph Curry's game is going to age well, pretty much. That's what he's saying. The next 5 years, Steph Curry, he's a shooter. Shooters stay in the league longer than people that just their game is built off their athleticism. Like when Skip earlier said it took LeBron so long to learn how to shoot. Well, LeBron changed his game to stay in the league. His athleticism has gone away from him. He's had to learn how to shoot better. Somebody, what took him so long? Okay, whatever the fuck you want to say, nigga. Okay. But Steph Curry, I get the point. Steph Curry will be around for a little while because his game is predicated on him shooting. He just needs to get open. He really don't got to be that open.
On a max contract, and all of our young budding stars are not getting opportunities to play. You've seen Jonathan Kuminga not getting opportunities to play. Most of these guys are probably going to leave. This guy obviously just want to come out there with a hot take.
And he's been in the shadow of MJ for 22 years. He hasn't been, MJ, who did he look up to? He was with Magic, Magic that's...
What the heck are you talking about? You already just destroyed your own argument. If you talk about somebody being in the shadow of Michael Jordan for 23 years, but they haven't been able to creep out of that...
He said 22.
...shadow, then again, they have not... How would they be the GOAT? What are you talking about?
That's his perspective. I don't believe LeBron has been in the shadow of Michael Jordan for 22 years because he's been in the league for 22 years and this is 22nd year. I believe he eclipsed that motherfucker when he came back from 3-1. That's where I stand at, y'all. When he came back from 3-1 to beat that Warriors team, he became the GOAT in my book. And honestly, can't nobody really tell me nothing different. And guess what? I rooted against him the whole fucking time. I had to sit there and watch this motherfucker dismantle my team. My team. I loved it when J.R. Smith ran his ass back court the year after that. Get that rebound and run to the goddamn fucking half court line. I loved it. Oh, hell yeah. Because if they would have won that game, they would have beat us. They would have beat us even with KD. Dude, that's the best motherfucking player to ever lace him up. I don't care what nobody talking about, but either way, though, let's keep going.
How many times did he take a break? I know Jordan's done that a few times.
He got one break before they won their
down.
last championship in the bubble, the Mickey Mouse Championship, as I call it.
He got
like a 4-month break ahead of that.
But then is that technically like a break, though? Because you were still playing professional sports. So did you really put your body through a break? And I mean, you would think that if you dedicated a lot of your time to you playing another sport, then like you coming back to playing basketball before. LeBron James said, okay, let me go play baseball.
Hey, don't say no dumbass shit like that. Baseball and basketball are two different things. Baseball players are some of the laziest, most unathletic motherfuckers on the planet. And I played baseball, motherfucker. Don't sit here and say that dumb shit. Like, is it really taking a break? You're transitioning to another sport. I don't know what we did for the warm up for baseball. Like in soccer, when we warm up in soccer, because I played pretty much every goddamn sport. In soccer, I warm up before we touched any ball, before we got on the field. We ran around the field 3 times. Think about what a soccer field, how big a soccer field is. It's pretty much the football field, end zone to end zone. And I'm not talking about the end zone line. I'm talking about the back of the end zone. Around that bitch 3 times just to warm up. You know what baseball players do? They run around the diamond 1 time. Jog around the diamond real quick like. Now let's come out here and let's throw the ball to each other for a couple times. All right, now we're going to do a little batting practice. We're going to do a little catching in the field at the same time. Like, dude, what the fuck you talking? It's not the same level as basketball. We're running 5-on-5s. We in the weight room, lit man. Nigga, what? Sound like somebody ain't never played no sports.
Baseball, and then spent 3 years playing baseball, and then to jump back and was still quite as dominant and actually won 3 straight rings. I think that'd be,
That sounded like somebody saying, look, the motherfucker retired from basketball and went and played golf. He still did something very competitive, it's the same level. No, it's not. It's like a football player going and doing hockey. Well, no, I ain't gonna say hockey, because hockey is physical. Hockey physical on the body. But somebody going from basketball to NASCAR and saying that he kept the same level of competition up and same level of fucking stress on his body. No, it's not. It's completely fucking different. It's not the same.
We would have like, hey, LeBron James is cut from different cloth.
Nah, just real quick. I got obviously Jordan, Magic, Shaq, Kareem, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell, Kobe 7, Bird 8, and LeBron 9. Yeah. Because I'm taking Kobe and Larry Bird as clutch players over.
Hold up, man. We got to go through that list. What the fuck did Skip just say? He gave his list?
Just real quick. I got obviously Jordan, Magic, Shaq, Kareem, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell, Kobe 7, Bird 8, and LeBron 9.
He has. I would love to ask Skip. I would love to ask Skip this question. Man, I need to start a little GoFundMe to get Skip to come over here, and I want to have a one-on-one conversation with him. If you have LeBron James after Bill Russell, why do you have Michael Jordan in front of Bill Russell? I need to know that answer. Y'all, I need to know that answer. Because Bill is the only one on anybody's list that could kill the argument right off bat. Because your championship argument goes the fuck out the window if you want to count championships. Because if you ain't got Bill at number one, if you talking about championships, your argument goes out the window. So if you got Bill in front of LeBron, what do you got Bill in front of LeBron for? Because it ain't points, it ain't rebounds, it ain't assists, it ain't steals, it ain't blocks. What you got him in front of him for? If you got Shaq in front of LeBron, it ain't points, it ain't assists, it ain't steals, it could be blocks. It could be blocks. It damn sure ain't championships. Explain your list. Please give me a reason for why your list is legit. That's crazy. He got Bill Russell in front of LeBron James. I want him to say that list again, bro. That's a crazy list. I'm clipping this part, y'all. I gotta clip this.
We would have like, hey, LeBron James is cut from different cloth.
Crazy.
Nah, just real quick. I got obviously Jordan, Magic, Shaq, Kareem, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell, Kobe 7, Bird 8, and LeBron 9. Yeah. Because I'm taking Kobe and Larry Bird as clutch players.
Bird in front of LeBron. Kobe in front of LeBron, Bill Russell in front of LeBron, Shaq in front of LeBron, Kareem in front of LeBron. This nigga hating. Hating. That's a fucked up list, nigga. I'm trying to tell you. Skip, what the fuck are you smoking over there? I don't want none of it, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
There's over LeBron James every day and every night.
So if you look this up, Shaq also said that LeBron is the greatest ever. So with that being said, if Shaq is deferred to LeBron and said he's the greatest ever, that would at least make him 3. He deferred to that. Give him 3.
What? Because Shaq can post-career say, you know what, LeBron James is the greatest player. That means that Skip Bayless should then adjust his list that he's created by his own metrics to including LeBron James?
I don't think this guy understands what he's been saying this entire time. You want other people to critique their list because Skip said Larry Bird said that about Michael Jordan. But then you have an issue with somebody else saying something and you don't want people to critique their list off of it. How about we just not critique anybody's list off of anything somebody else said? Just take it for what it is. But no, you want to make a goddamn commotion about Shaq saying LeBron's the best because it goes against the narrative that you want to say Jordan is. But you use Larry Bird as a reason for why Jordan is the best. But we can't use Shaq as a reason for why why LeBron is the best. Who is a better player, Shaq or goddamn Larry Bird? I'll give you fucking Shaq. So I'm going to take his word over Larry Bird's. Now, some people are arguing that. I know a lot of Boston fans are arguing that. Larry Bird was a cold man, and I'm not going to knock it. But Larry Bird didn't control the game like fucking Shaq did. I'll be honest with you. He could shoot better than Shaq, obviously, because Shaq was a fucking center and Larry Bird was a small forward. But Larry didn't dominate like Shaq did, and Shaq dominated on sorry teams. He didn't come into the league on a stacked team like Magic and him did. Shaq came in on Orlando Magic and took them bitches to the finals. Y'all don't remember the time when Shaq was running fast breaks as a fucking center. People keep acting like that shit's new. Shaq was running fast breaks as a goddamn center, dunking on motherfuckers. Then he got fat, and then his game changed. What the hell? What the hell? We're gonna sit here until it pops back in. I got a question for YouTube. I really have a question for YouTube. I have a question. Pick my shit back on, bitch. Pick my goddamn shit back on, man. I got a question for YouTube, y'all. A serious question. You keep trying to take my live stream down for covering the video that I'm covering, right? Why is this video online then? Why is it? It's been online for 2 days. It ain't been taken down. So why the fuck you fucking with my stream? This video is on your shit. I'm really getting tired of that shit, bro. I'm getting sick and tired of that shit, bro. There's laws against that fucking shit, bro. Stop fucking with my goddamn stream. Tell your little robot to stop fucking with my stream, man. This is fucking fair use first and foremost. And the motherfucker reacting to Jubilee and you still got his video up. You took my whole goddamn video down last time I tried to cover Jubilee. What the fuck is wrong? Bro, I don't want to say it on here. Because the motherfucker gonna come after my whole fucking channel. But there's gonna be some shit happening in the background. Some work's going on. YouTube gonna be coming out some motherfucking money. I know that shit for real. Bro, stop fucking with my goddamn stream. And they back to doing it again. Man, fuck this shit, bro.